We'll see. The future will tell us where they're at with social injustice, minority hiring inside the NFL teams, be it general managers, be it head coaches, be it personnel directors. We'll see. The near future was going to tell us in the next couple of years what they're really going to try to accomplish. We know the Rooney Rule was there. That was a token rule that the NFL owners bypassed, the GMs bypassed by giving guys a token interview that would never have the opportunity to get a job. So we all hope. I love the NFL. Listen, everything I have in my life is from the NFL or from football in general. So I would love to see them go in the right direction. Let's do the right thing. I encourage the protests to continue, because without protest, nothing changes. The common people's voices are not heard if they don't get out in the streets and protest peacefully.
You mentioned the Rooney Rule. You were part of the Bill Walsh diversity internship program, I think, twice. Is that helping in terms of coaching? Did that help you get your foot in the door for your coaching stops?
Well, it's still, you got to know people, right? So my first coaching job, Al Davis just called me, and I really wasn't thinking about it. I had a really good gig at the NFL Network, working, 60 some odd days a year. And then I couldn't turn down Al Davis.
Your last coaching job was pre-Gruden in Oakland. Do you still want to get back into coaching? Is that still the future for Rod Woodson?
I mean, I'm a man of faith, and, God's going to open the door that he wants me to walk through. Listen, I love football. I've been blessed. I'm a grassroots guy. Talking ball on the radio, which I love, being with Westwood One. Howard Deneroff, who runs it, is a wonderful man. But talking ball to the guys kind of was given to me from Tony Dungy, Rod Russ, and Dick LeBeau, and Dom Kivers, and Bill Cowher, those guys. I felt it. I felt really rewarded by giving back to the young players I had in my room, not only for football, but for life.
Do you feel like being a minority hurts you at all in terms of getting a coaching job? Because you also come with a big brand name as a first ballot Hall of Famer. Do you sense that? Is there a little racism there at all?
I don't know if it's a racism with me being black, but I think me being a Hall of Famer, I think that hurts. There's only one Hall of Famer coaching now, and that's Mike Munchak, I believe. I don't think there's another one. I mean, it was Dick LeBeau, but Dick, got let go by on the next staff with Tennessee. I don't think there's anybody. I think if anything that hurts me more so than my skin color, because you see a lot of DB coaches who are of color, running back coaches, position coaches. You do. I think that other position, that having that go jacket and having that respect walking in the room, sometimes other people don't want that in the room. They want one alpha in the room, and I'm not a real alpha where I want somebody's job. I just love talking ball. I think it's, because I know other Hall of Famers who want to coach. Ed Reed wants to coach. He can't get a job. People want to say that we don't want to grind, but if I'm there at 6:30 in the morning and I don't leave until 10:30, is that not enough grind? I mean, so I don't know what that means. But I know other Hall of Famers who want to coach, but they're not going to get. I think it's just harder to have that opportunity because, even when I coach, we had a couple things. We had a couple times. I had a couple other coaches said he's not a Hall of Famer. You can't teach it like that. And I'm like, well, year 4, I wasn't a Hall of Famer. Year 4, year 5, I wasn't a Hall of Famer. It's the foundation of what we build and what we teach. That's what makes people good. So I think it'd be more difficult for Hall of Famers to get in it and stay in it, just for the fact that most of the coaches don't like that respect leaving that room or that area and going to somewhere else. I'm not grieving for myself, but I'm grieving for Bill Cowher and Troy and all those guys that got in, and Donnie Shell, even though they're going to be in the second phase of because they had kind of like 2 different classes this year. I feel for those guys that, they got to, and I don't know if they're just going to put it all off until next year and put in a bigger class. They haven't sent out information with that. And maybe if they did, I didn't see it from David. I just feel for those guys because it's a special moment. It's a great week. You're tired at the end of the week. It only happens once in your lifetime. It's happened to over 300 some odd people in the history of football.
It feels like, players like Isaac Bruce and Steve Atwater, unlike yourself, these guys have been on that ballot for a long time, and to finally have their name recognized, and now they got to wait. It's
right. I know the smiling assassin is Steve Atwater. So, that's what I call him because he's so big. He's so nice off the football field. But when he put that helmet on, man, that dude would smile at you and crack you in the mouth so quick. So having those guys have to wait, that's what I said. I just feel for those guys because I know how excited I was when I got in and, preparing everything. And, I know they were preparing everything, getting their parties ready, getting their speech ready. And then it comes out that they're not doing it. And now they're like, what? I got to wait a whole year. So the anticipation now is going to last over another year. And, I know most of those guys, they're going to say they're disappointed, but, they're going to have the opportunity next year. But still, it's going to be a great moment when it does happen for them. Just unfortunately, it's going to take them another year to get their gold jacket.